If you want to play exactly like young Ronaldo, you need to understand what truly made him world-class, the qualities that turned him from a talented kid into a football phenomenon. Before you learn what made Ronaldo unstoppable, you need to know how he trained as a kid, because once you understand that, you can train exactly like him, even if you're alone, without fancy gear or an academy. The way he trained wasn't normal, and when you hear it, you'll realize why no one could stop him. It all started on the streets of Portugal, a small neighborhood where Ronaldo spent hours with a ball at his feet. He didn't need fancy cones or equipment. Bottles, rocks, or shoes became his training tools. He'd juggle, dribble, and freestyle around anything he could find, pushing himself to control the ball in tight spaces. Most days, he played street football and futsal against older kids, faster, stronger, and tougher than him. But instead of being scared, he learned to survive. Then he went to Sporting Lisbon's academy, where he finally got real structure and coaching. That's where he understood what professional training truly meant: discipline, speed, and precision. He trained harder than everyone, often staying back after practice to perfect his stepovers and finishing. Then came his move to Manchester United, and that's when things got real. The players were stronger, faster, and more professional than anything he'd ever faced. Ronaldo was still slim, still young, and most people thought he wouldn't survive in the Premier League. But instead of making excuses, he did something crazy. He trained with ankle weights. He'd dribble with them on, sprint with them, even practice stepovers until his legs were on fire. His logic was simple: if I can move fast with extra weight, imagine how fast I'll be without it. That mindset turned him from a flashy teenager into a physical machine, faster, sharper, and hungrier than everyone else around him. The first trait that made young Ronaldo unstoppable was fast feet. Not just in movement, but in reaction. He didn't wait for defenders to move, he forced them to. Every touch was sharp, unpredictable, and designed to break rhythm. Defenders never knew when he'd cut inside, accelerate, or drop a step over, because his feet were always one step ahead of their minds. What made his foot speed so different was how he combined speed, rhythm, and control. Most players can be quick or skillful. Ronaldo was both at the same time. He'd explode past players, then slow down in an instant to throw them off balance. That ability to change tempo was his real weapon. At Manchester United, coaches noticed something insane. When defenders tried to stop him in training, they'd get dizzy. His feet didn't just move fast, they moved with purpose. Every fake, every touch, every hesitation had a reason behind it, to make the defender commit first. If you want to develop that kind of speed, stop focusing only on running fast. Start focusing on how quickly your feet and brain can work together. Reaction drills, one-touch control, and quick direction changes will make your feet think faster. Fast feet aren't about flashy tricks, they're about being unpredictable and untouchable. Spatial awareness, this is the secret no one talks about, but it's what actually made young Ronaldo dangerous. Everyone saw the stepovers, the goals, the speed, but behind all that, there was a deeper skill: the way he understood space. Ronaldo didn't just play football, he read it. He could sense how the game was moving before it even happened. He knew where defenders were shifting, where gaps were opening, and where the next pass would land. While other players ran straight into pressure, Ronaldo moved differently. He'd take 2 steps back, drift slightly wide, or position himself in an angle defenders didn't expect. And by the time they realized where he was, it was already too late. His fitness wasn't just physical, it was mental. He trained his body to obey his mind, no matter how tired he was. Because when your body breaks, your confidence breaks too. Ronaldo never let that happen, and that's why he always looked unstoppable till the final whistle. Confidence was one of the biggest advantages Ronaldo had over everyone else. When most players were nervous, he walked onto the pitch like he already won. That mindset didn't come from arrogance, it came from proof. Every day he trained harder than everyone else, pushed his limits until his body was screaming. So when the game started, his mind already knew, I deserve to win. Confidence in football isn't about shouting or acting tough. It's that calm belief when the ball comes to you in front of thousands and you know you're not missing. Most players fake it. They say they're confident, but one bad touch and it's gone. Real confidence is built quietly, every day you train when no one's watching. When Ronaldo missed chances, he didn't break down. He studied them. Every failure became data. That's why he never played scared. Even when he was booed, he turned hate into fuel. You could see it in his eyes. He enjoyed pressure. If you ever wonder why some players look nervous and others look untouchable, it's not talent. it's self-image. Ronaldo never saw himself as trying to be good. He already believed he was great, and he trained to match that belief. You can have all the skill in the world, but without confidence, you'll always play like a backup. Confidence makes you take that risky shot, go for that dribble, or challenge that defender who looks stronger. Without it, you'll keep playing safe, and safe players don't become legends. So ask yourself, do you train to prove something, or do you train to become someone? Because Ronaldo didn't just play football, he built a version of himself that couldn't be shaken, and that version was unstoppable. All of Ronaldo's skills would have been useless if his daily routine was trash. You can train for hours, but if you recover like shit, you'll never reach the top. What separated Ronaldo wasn't just what he did on the pitch, but everything he did off it. His lifestyle was built for performance. How he slept, what he ate, when he rested, every small decision added up. Young Ronaldo understood this earlier than anyone. While others were partying or scrolling, he was sleeping early. While others were eating junk, he was calculating every meal. His discipline wasn't just about football, it was about control. He trained his mind and body to serve one goal, to become the best. People think recovery means lying down. For Ronaldo, recovery was a ritual. Cold baths, strict sleep cycles, hydration. He treated his body like a machine because he knew something most players ignore. Training breaks you down, recovery builds you back stronger. And this is where most talented players fail. They train hard for one day and feel proud, but then ruin everything with bad habits, bad food, late nights, no rest. You can't out-train a bad lifestyle. Ronaldo made sure his energy was recharged, his focus sharp, and his body ready every single morning. Even now, at nearly 40, he's still competing at the top. That's not luck, that's years of ruthless consistency. His recovery routine became his secret weapon, because football isn't just about how hard you train, it's about how smart you live. There are a lot more qualities we could break down: mentality, discipline, obsession. But if we keep going, this video will turn into a movie. So let's get straight to something more practical: how you can train alone like Cristiano Ronaldo. Because here's the truth, Ronaldo didn't need a crowd, teammates, or expensive equipment. Most of his development came from solo work. He turned empty fields, narrow streets, and small futsal courts into his personal laboratory. When you train alone, it's not just about drills, it's about mindset. No one's watching, no one's clapping, and no one's motivating you. That's where real players are built. Ronaldo used to practice step-overs, acceleration runs, and explosive sprints with weights tied to his ankles. He wasn't chasing views, he was chasing speed. You can start the same way. Pick a small area, use cones or bottles, and master control in tight spaces. Work on your weak foot until it feels natural. Record your sessions, fix your mistakes, repeat. Ronaldo built world-class technique through boring repetition, thousands of step-overs, cuts, and finishes until they became second nature. He didn't wait for perfect training conditions, he created them. Rain, wind, fatigue didn't matter. What mattered was progress, and that's the mindset you need if you want to play like young Ronaldo. Because training alone isn't lonely when you know why you're doing it. Every rep, every sprint, every drop of sweat, it all adds up. You're not just building skill, you're building identity. That's how Ronaldo did it, and that's how you can too. Now this is just part one. In the next part, I'm going to break down exactly how to train like Cristiano Ronaldo, step by step. We'll talk about dribbling, finishing, speed work, even gym training, everything that made him a complete player. And I'll also share more hidden qualities that most people never talk about. If you want that part fast, just comment part 2 below, and I'll drop it sooner.